Top 10 Most Expensive Countries in the World. As a tourist, you want to visit a lot of countries in the world and you really want to experience their culture. But sometimes, due to financial issues, you can't do that, and that is why it is necessary to know which is the most expensive country in the world. Choosing a country to visit is an important decision because it won't be possible if you don't have enough money, and that is why, to make your job easier, we have listed down the top 10 most expensive countries in the world below. Top 10 Most Expensive Country in the World. 1. Japan. Japan is the most expensive country in the world for expats, with an average cost of living that exceeds $40,000 per year. The country's economy is second only to the United States, and it boasts one of the largest economies on Earth. Tokyo is one of its most expensive cities, with a cost of living index of 106.3 compared to 100 for other major cities such as Paris. 2. New Zealand. New Zealand is the most expensive country in the world. There are several reasons for this, but one of them has to do with its currency. The New Zealand dollar is pegged against the US dollar, and it's been at par since 1985, which means that if you're going to buy something in New Zealand, you'll need to pay over $1 USD for every 1 New Zealand dollar. 3. Switzerland. Switzerland is known for its high standard of living, excellent education and healthcare systems, and beautiful scenery. Switzerland has the highest average wealth per adult in the world. The country has been a tax haven for wealthy individuals. As a result, it has also become known for having one of the lowest tax rates in Europe. 4. Israel. Israel is a country in the Middle East and the most populous of the Israeli-occupied territories. The name of the country is derived from its location at the intersection of the Mediterranean Sea and the North American continent. Israel has been a monarchy since 1948, when it was established as an independent state after being mandated by United Nations to do so after World War II ended. 5. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is a small European country, located between France and Germany. It's home to the European Union's headquarters and has been called the world's most expensive country by CNN. It also has a high cost of living and a high standard of living, but it doesn't have much else that makes it particularly unique or special. Its banking sector is one of the largest in Europe. Its central bank holds more gold than any other entity on Earth, and they're not afraid to use it. The government-owned national airline provides direct flights from Luxembourg City Airport to New York City. This service costs around $350 per person round trip. 6. Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the most expensive city in the world, with a cost of living that's higher than any other city on this list. It has a very high cost of living, and it's also very difficult to live in Hong Kong, as you can see from these stats. The average monthly household spending per capita was $3,856 USD, or around 13 million Hong Kong dollars, in 2017. This means that if you lived here full-time, you would need $3,856 USD per month to pay your bills and buy food for yourself or your family. The average monthly rent is 1/2 times the median household income. So if your family earns less than $40,000 USD annually, then they won't be able to afford the rent alone without living at home elsewhere, which defeats the purpose, since there aren't many places where one can comfortably afford such high prices without having other financial resources available as well, such as savings accounts, etc. 7. Singapore. Singapore is one of the most expensive countries in the world. It's a small island country in Southeast Asia, located at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula. Singapore is home to about 5 million people who speak English as their first language and Mandarin Chinese as their second language. The country's economy has been growing steadily since its independence from Malaysia in 1965, which helped make it one of Asia's wealthiest nations by 2010. 8. Iceland. Iceland is a country in northern Europe. It has a population of 338,000 and is located between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. The largest island in Europe is called Iceland, and its highest peak is Vanadalshnúkur at 2,110 meters, 6,923 feet. 9. Australia. Australia is one of the most expensive countries in the world. It's also a very expensive country for tourists to visit, and for those who live there as well. Australia is one of the most expensive places to live on Earth. Australia has many wonderful natural wonders such as rugged mountains and beautiful beaches, but they also have some less than desirable aspects of their culture, including high taxes that affect everyday life here. The Australian government wants you to know that they care about you so much that they will tax your income every year regardless if you make any money at all. 10. Denmark. Denmark is the most expensive country in Europe, and it's also one of the most expensive places to live on Earth. The Danes have been known to spend more than $1,000 monthly on rent alone. The average cost of living in Denmark is much higher than anywhere else on this list. With an average salary of $51,000 per year, as compared to an American's average salary of $48,000, you can expect your monthly expenses would be around $4,000 $5,000 if you lived there full-time. Conclusion. These are the most expensive countries in the world. The countries of the world have few surprises to offer. It is because they present us with a variety of opportunities, including an excellent standard of living, a good climate and natural resources. On top of all this, there are some most expensive countries in the world. However, this list may surprise you, as there is no country that doesn't offer the potential for making money, but one that deserves it more than others.